Good morning. The program is starting with a parliamentary sitting, and I do encourage the members of the international network to witness this parliamentary sitting by the Youth Parliament. I thank you. Honourable members, opening prayers. Let's rise. Almighty God, we humbly beseech Thee to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Youth Government System of the International Youth Network for United Nations Security Council Resolution 2050. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in Thy sight. Give divine guidance to the Youth President and his Youth Ministers. Endow youth members of Parliament in discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of this international youth network, the interests and wishes of members may be well and truly served, and their good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our network, fair as it might be, a network of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a network of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a network of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a network of peace, where the youth government shall rest on the will of its members, and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of the youth government system of IYNUN SCR 2250, Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honourable members, you may resume your seats. Honourable members, I welcome you to the first sitting of the second Parliament of the Youth Government System of this August network. We are here on the vision bed by Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Lilian Sally Addo, the Global President, and as we gather here, we are here for one role, to ensure that resolution 2250 is realized. But for today's occasion, we are starting with parliamentary procedure. And for non-members of Parliament, we encourage you to watch and learn a bit before the main program starts. Once again, on behalf of this House and the Global President, I extend a warm welcome to all members of this meeting. Now is it? Akwaba. Honourable members, the order paper has been shared on the page. The business for today is simple. We shall move straight to item 3 on the order paper. Announcement of leadership that earlier today, leadership will be finalized. The Speaker of Parliament is Jones Amegashie-Viglo. Yours truly. Clerk of Parliament, Godslove-Klutsey, Gloria. Deputy Clerk, Operations, Angela Na Rowan Benson. Deputy Clerk Finance, Ellen Wafo Arian. Marshal of Parliament, Farouk Benchil. First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Francis Malel Kabel. Second Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Hilary Bugo. Majority Leader, Honorable Sampson Setsoafia. Minority Leader, Honorable Etornam Adzei. Deputy Majority Leader, Honorable Gideon Julius Agoba. Deputy Minority Leader, Honorable Emmanuel Wachi. Majority Chief Whip, Honorable Wisdom Adams. Minority Chief Whip, Honorable Daniel Godslove Makaku. First Deputy Majority Whip, Honorable Leslie Daniel Sevenfold. First Deputy Minority Whip, Honorable Kwame Annan. And the second Deputy Minority Whip, Miss or Honorable Adams Goli. Honorable members, these are the new leadership for the second Parliament. We move straight to commencement of debate on the motion for the day. May I humbly call on the leader of business, introduce yourself, your constituency, and humbly move the motion, and also read out the motion for the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Speaker of the August House. My name is Sampson Setsoafia, the majority leader of this House, MP for Afadjato South. Speaker, today before the House is an interesting motion, and then I believe, even as I read this motion, I invite my colleague from the other side to join me, because I believe the motion, and I read, this House introduces a legal age cap for presidential and parliamentary candidates in Ghana. Speaker, I take it again. This House introduces a legal age cap for presidential and parliamentary candidates in Ghana. This motion, as I move, I therefore invite my colleagues on the other side to join me as we deliberate on this motion, because I believe it should be a monologue. Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Etornam Adzei, Youth MP for South Dine constituency. Before I second the motion moved, invitation well accepted, but we look forward to twisting your expectations a bit. And that said, I duly second the motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is now up for debate. But before I call the majority leader to give the opening statement, may I state emphatically that any member rising to speak shall only speak for 2 minutes in order to allow us to have as much as possible MPs speak within the next 30 minutes. Majority leader, opening statement to the motion, 2 minutes.
As I already indicated, I believe that this motion before the House today should be a monologue. And so therefore I don't see the opposition from my other colleague. The motion before the House is quite simple, and I would like to first explain the understanding to the House for members to appreciate the motion before the House. The motion entails that there must be a cap for presidential and then parliamentary candidates in our political arena or in Ghana. And as compared this to other jurisdictions, we believe that this is one of the ways that we should appreciate, because other countries have adopted this and it is helping. Speaker, we cannot afford to leave this age cap open, in the sense that people who are not energetic will still be in power, will still be in government, and may not be able to execute perform their duties as leaders. Because we believe if the leaders, as we say, should be the youth, as the future states, I believe that this is the time that opportunity should be given to the youth to be able to assume into offices and then take up leadership positions. Speaker, I will say that the offices we say that the young people may not be able to handle the duties or the roles of these offices. When you go into those offices, one, you see TAs performing the right or the same duties that we claim they may not be able to do. So what is the essence of we not capping or leaving this cap, and then the people or our elders will still be in government or elders will still be in position, and therefore seizing opportunity for young people to step into leadership roles? Speaker, on this note, my side of the house believes that there must be a legal age capping, and in doing so, we must have an age limit, so that with that, I want to make a reference to our Constitution, Article 62. When we read the Ghanaian Constitution, Article 62, I'll take B. It reads, that has to do with the qualification of a presidential candidate, that he has to attain the age of 40 years. Now, the age capping that we are looking at, it should give a margin where the person should operate up to. I have a lot of evidence. When my opposition don't want to support me, I'll bring it up, because I want to prove to him to understand some of our African leaders who are within themselves knows that they are aged enough to hand over power to young people who will be able to steer the affairs of their economy. But therefore doing, they still leave it open, and people beyond their 60s, 70s, and even 80s are still contesting for presidential position. Speaker, I know time is against me. I have a lot to say, but with time, I know that my people, my colleagues from this side will still have more to say. When you refer to Article 90, thank you, Speaker. Let me conclude. Speaker, let me conclude. So, yes, in conclusion, I believe that with the parliamentary candidates too, we have an age limit for them to be able to aspire for these positions. But not knowing that, we still need the range or the limit. We haven't capped it. Now, this is happening. We are saying that we want experienced people in parliament, and therefore leaving it open. And I must tell you that no one is born experienced. And let's give the opportunity for the young people to go into parliament, to go into office, and also experience it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good mood, and so I am not going to say I am disappointed listening to the majority leader speak, because listening to him speak tells me that the 15 seconds he took of our time to read to us the motion before this house, he himself did not understand the motion. He kept saying we have to give opportunities to the young people and so on. That is not the merit of the motion before the house. The merit of the motion before us is that we want to introduce an age cap, age limit, beyond which you cannot contest presidential or parliamentary elections. Yet you talk about young people, you talk about young people giving them the opportunity. Nobody is here to contest youth not getting opportunities. But here is the question. Since when did old age equal inefficiency and ineffectiveness? Since when? Who told you that because the person is 80 years and so the person cannot perform well? This side of the house believes very strongly, and we are here to protect the democratic values of the Ghanaian society and to stand by the 1992 Constitution and to say no to any legal capping of age, be it for presidential elections or parliamentary elections. We cannot be this biased, because when we try
Mr. Speaker, I know I have limited time, but permit me to express my profound gratitude to the global president and his leadership of international network for youth. The international network for youth better prepared for the mass of national legislation. They are likely completed their education, gained work experience, and developed emotional intelligence needed to serve effectively. Alright, so we would also like to set a minimum age for that of the presidential, and that is 40. That is a confirmation to the Constitution of Ghana. The minimum age for aspiring for presidency is 40, and at that time you have gained experience and ready and equipped with all the necessary experience to be able to lead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Thank you very much. Then I know you want to speak. So let's take notice of that intervention sign. Minority. Submission? Yes. Honorable Member.
Mr. Speaker, listening to my honorable member, my leader has already made it clear that the understanding of the motion is already in the past. But unfortunately to him, he has already brought himself. Mr. Speaker, he mentioned that at the age of 30, we are experienced enough to take roles in the parliamentary and presidential elections, and therefore, according to him, that is the age cap. Mr. Speaker, this is a country in which we use almost all our youthful age in school, starting from primary, finishing university. Here is a country where we almost always learn on the job. Mr. Speaker, by the time you get to Parliament, or by the time you get to the opportunity, you are almost 40. Mr. Speaker, this is the time for you to learn from the experienced ones already in Parliament. So, Mr. Speaker, if the age limit is cropped at 30, when is this youth or when is these people coming to learn and get the experience?
In conclusion,
Mr. Speaker, I rise to say we cannot put an age cap on our parliamentary and presidential elections. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Make this clear to the minority that the notion that we at this side of the house don't have better understanding of the motion is wrong. We say that we should introduce an age cap to presidential and parliamentary candidate elections. Does not mean that we undermine the right of the elderly citizens and also not seeing their contribution to the society. But rather, we are saying that we should get people who has the vigor, who has the energy and the mental ability to be able to tackle the complex challenges that we are facing as a country this time around. Bringing youth into the leadership gives us a lot of benefits. First of all, it brings new perspectives. The youth this time are good at this IT, digital world. The world is advancing. We have what we call born before computer age. So we cannot let most of these people to lead us. We have times where our leaders attend most important sittings or meetings on our behalf, and they are captured live on television system. And they will come back to without knowing or even picking a word from that system. Aside that, Mr. Speaker, young people have that kind of adaptability that is going to adapt to the current situations and then sail us through these current challenges. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable
Deputy Speaker on the majority side, because you can't tell me that first off, the thing is putting an age gap on the leadership process, basically. So we are not saying that the young or the youth cannot participate. They can, but then we want a balance governance side or what have you. So if you tell me that we should put an age gap on the legal or the leadership role, it's like you limiting the older ones from participating. And you can't tell me that the older ones come there to sleep, so we shouldn't give them that opportunity. Younger ones too can come and sleep. As far as they are willing and they have the vision to move, why shouldn't they be allowed to? So I personally think that both youth and the older ones should both be given the opportunity. But once you set a cap to limit them, you give the older ones the opportunity to participate. It's only the younger ones being given the opportunity. But both sides can learn from each other and teach each other, and it really enhances governance, different perspectives. Thank you.
The females, please, the floor is open. Honorable Bright Oswansala.
And I really want to disagree with the minority side, but I would like to speak some authority from the Constitution. We know that the Constitution has set age limits for even voters. We know the Constitution has obeyed the common law principle of the 21-year age for MPs. So that it means that if I want to enter into a legal agreement with somebody, I have to be 21 years old before I enter into that agreement, such as a contract. If the Constitution has adopted common law principles and adopted legal ages, minimum legal ages, why don't we create an allowance for maximum age? So that if I am 60 years of age and I want to run for a member of parliament, even though I qualify because Article 94 of the Constitution states that to become a member of parliament you must be 21 years of age, there must be some limitation as to how a person who is 60 years of age would be able to perform in the office of member of parliament. And these limitations include 1. Mental incapacity. 2. Dementia. 3. Age-related conditions.
In conclusion,
I really have to give you a lot of time. Before I join in, so I want to go. So I believe that the members of the minority side need to understand that we are not necessarily trying to clamp down on a particular age or what have you. We are looking at how we can function as a democratic state if we put the right persons at the right positions. We are not saying that we want to set the age back at 60 or at 70 or at 80. It is for us to agree as a house that this is what we want to set as a limit for the age gap. Let me give you a scenario in the US where the president, Joe Biden, was seen to be suffering from age-related conditions like dementia. There were times where the president himself even forgot that he was the president of the state. But because it is a state secret, he is the president of the United States, and as such, the president of the greatest country in the world, they had to cover up some of these deficiencies. So it is in our own interest that the minority will agree that we have to have an age limit. We already have a minimum age for presidency, which is 40, as stated by Article 60. We need to just define the age, the maximum age limit for presidency.
Thank you
and that
very
is the
much.
position that this house is taking. This has
For the past 6 hours, I didn't catch your eye. I was actually rising on point of correction. The honorable member who just spoke mentioned the 1992 Constitution and said it captures an age limit for 40. I mean, he didn't tell us where that provision is found. I have not seen it. And I can tell you on authority that there is no such thing in the 1992 Constitution. So what is he talking about? Age limit? Limit. Please.
Order in the House.
And just to conclude, to tell the majority that the minority...
Honorable member, a point of order has been raised. Let me listen to the point of order and rule.
Mr. Speaker, I wish I could raise 2 points of information or let's say points of orders.
Honorable
One, so my order is, I stated clearly that the Article 62 of the 1992 Constitution defines the age limit for presidency, which is 40 years. The honorable member, I cannot fault him because he's already
It is the minimum that the Constitution stipulates, not the maximum. And that is the point of correction.
Mr. Speaker, limit means there has to be a minimum and a maximum definition.
But is there a maximum in the Constitution?
That's the Constitution. That's what the Constitution says. 14 years means there's a minimum.
So, the point of correction you wrote is upheld. Your point of order is overruled. The House is getting tensions.
Mr. Speaker, your ruling pleases me so much. And on that note, I can only say that the majority should know that the minority does not only listen, they hear what you are saying and how you say it. And thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Raise your hand on ability. Okay, the last speaker came from the majority side, so okay, let me just hear from the honorable member there, the one who rose. Please, let's take note. If you want to speak, you rise. Thank you, yes.
Opportunity given to me. The House will continue to stand for this motion. I want to add up somewhat to what my brother said here. You know, I went to a law firm with my friend, and a friend asked me that, are you wearing cocoa here? And I was like, no. Do you know why the guy asked that question? Because of the fairness and justice symbol. And I was like, in Ghana, we focus on fairness and justice. And so if we want to portray such, things must be fair and it must be justice. If we've been able to introduce a legal age cap on people who are below 21 years, who are not capable to contest for the parliamentary candidate aspirants and also 40 to the presidential, why can't we also introduce legal age cap to people who are above 60? At that point, they are mentally, sorry to say, they are mentally not good and with physical strength too. And so it is very good, and I always say that what is good for Goose is also good for Ghana. And so if we've been able to place a legal age cap for people below 21 years, why can't we also place legal age cap to people above 60? It's very simple. And so I always entreat fairness and justice in everything that we do. As an aspiring lawyer and someone who wants to fight for justice and fairness, I always say that it is good for everything to be fair in our country. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Without introducing yourself, the table office will be unable to capture your details. Please be reminded that when you rise to speak, you introduce yourself and your constituency, and then you speak. Thank you. Yes, honorable member. Yes, the honorable member is up.
I'm in person of Godwin Opeku, a youth MP for the Old Trafford constituency. To my majority leaders, it seems they are getting this motion out of balance and complex to us all, because we are all to learn. And also, one, leadership is such as education. One must have a first class in education, and that person must also have a minimum class in leadership. So far as we are all here, we are saying that anyone who have a first class.
Honorable, hold on. Is it a point of order or correction or just a submission? Okay, no problem. Then finish. You can still be up. Just finish your submission.
We are saying anyone, either youth or any older age, who have a first class in leadership must lead the youth, and even whoever it is can lead. Either the person is having a first class in leadership. Thank you, the House.
Contribution or information. So let's take note of that. Yes, the honorable member who is up. Let's give him the microphone.
And they said when we spend most of our youthful age in school, and for that reason, by the time you come out from school, you are almost clocking the age of 40. I want to point it to them that who said the rule that somebody who is a student does not qualify to read? if that is the case, that we spend most of our years in school, what of students that go for SLC positions in their various schools? Are these people not considered as leaders? I want to state that a freedom that is given, that is not totally freedom, is not freedom. The 1992 Constitution clearly states that for you to be qualified to vote, you must be 18 years. The same Constitution states that you must be 21 years to become an MP. The same Constitution states that you must be 40 years to be qualified to become a president. Now, this is the practical aspect. If I am 18 years and I'm qualified to vote, and I cannot be voted for, it doesn't make any sense. Because if I am 18 years and I can vote, but I cannot go in for a position to be voted for, it nullifies the fact that I'm 18 years and I can vote. Now, the second thing is that the life expectancy of Ghana, according to Health World Organization, is 60 to 65 years. These elderly people that are living in the country, they cannot keep on making decisions for the youth. They cannot keep on making decisions for those that are considered to continue living. Meanwhile, their life expectancy is clocking. So all we are saying is that there must be a legal limitation to who can become an MP and who can become a president. Thank you.
And Mr. Speaker, modern governance is no longer just about wisdom and experience. It demands innovative thinking. The challenge we are facing today, from digital transformation to youth unemployment, requires leaders who are not only wise, but also physically capable of meeting the relentless demands of leadership. Mr. Speaker, look around the world. France reformed into the digital age under President Macron, elected in 39. Chile transformed its economy under President Boric, who took office at age 35. Finland became a global tech leader under Prime Minister Marie, just 34 when elected. These nations try because their leaders understand the language of the future. Mr. Speaker, meanwhile, Ghana, with 70% of its population under 30, rates falling behind. If our leadership remains disconnected from the reality of the fast-changing world, Mr. Speaker, we don't just need leaders who remember the past. We need leaders who can build the future. And age gap ensures that Ghana's governance is as dynamic, innovative, and fast-changing as its people. The world won't wait for us to catch up. Let's lead now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I rise as Akoha Gideon Julius, Youth MP for our constituency. Mr. Speaker, the motion before the House is very clear. Let's just look around the world. Let's look at the nations that are making it, and let's see those who are leading them. Just beside us is Burkina Faso, a country that is now on its feet to development, just because the youth has stepped in. Mr. Speaker, we are not saying that our elders shouldn't lead us, but what we are saying is we want people that will create a future and live for it. Our elderly people that are in the various positions we have in this country are people that are about 40, 50, 60, of which the expectancy age of Ghana is between 60 to 65. And Mr. Speaker, I only want to remind the House of the loss of His Excellency John Evans Atanios. He was the president, and unfortunately, he passed away. Mr. Speaker, we also have his vision constructed. Mr. Speaker, let's bring people on board, people who are young and energetic, people who can stand and think and reason for the youth. Mr. Speaker, I would say thank you for the opportunity.
Minority, relax. I know you just want to want it. Yes, but let me also make my concluding remarks. Speaker, I observed that few things they spoke about. I just want to make my rebuttal and I conclude. Minority says that the leaders must be trained and have knowledge have first class in leadership. I want to say that even at your workplace, you still have first class students that at least you guide them. Isn't that true? You guide first class students. Does that make them better than you? No, right? Okay. Speaker, on this note, I want to make reference to few countries that have this age capping, because I believe that this is the way we should go if we want to really be innovative as youths. Because if the system is not free, I don't think my brother, the minority leader, will be employed. They keep on saying that, yes, the old people should be in the system and we all get the opportunity to serve. Can you take a look at the unemployment rate in the country right now? Yes. But then you have age for civil servants who are supposed to retire at age 60. Why are you also still not, having able to cap for the presidential or those that are into politics? Now, in conclusion, what is going to happen is that we're going to have people, after retiring, who will now divert into politics, all in the name of selfish interest. Speaker, the countries that I may say, Iran, have a capping of 75. Uzbekistan have a capping of 70. I believe that these are countries that are showing the ways that we should follow. They have an age capping. Some are electoral laws that bind them. This is the way that we should go. And I believe that as a country, let's all adopt this mode, and then we'll see the future, and then the youth will be able to steer the affairs of this economy, and our economy will move. With these few words, Speaker, I thank you so much for the opportunity.
So much attention to these people. The two members spoke directly from the majority caucus without anybody speaking from here. And so you could allow one person from here to speak for 2 minutes, then I conclude for 2 minutes. I thank you.
Honorable minority, you are supposed to rather seek the leave of the speaker for such an application to go through. However, it is granted. Speak for 2 minutes in another person.
First of all, let me use this opportunity to condemn the attacks on the by-election of Ablekuma.
Honorable member, you are out of order.
Yes.
Please give the mic to the next person.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
MP for Swami constituency. I think the motion before the House has already been clarified, and I think the majority side is out of context. What we from the minority side is saying is that a legal age cap shouldn't be introduced. Why? Because it's fundamentally violates the democratic principles of the laws of this country. In that, democracy is actually rooted in the freedom to be voted for and then to vote. Therefore, introducing a legal cap age infringes on the rights of people to be voted for. And this is what we stand for. We shouldn't introduce that, so that it will give the opportunity for each and everybody to exercise their franchise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appropriately, I'm very grateful. But to conclude, I thought I could keep my good mood up until the end of the session, but it appears I've lost it. Now I'm very disappointed. Now, please permit me, let me read the motion. The motion, it says, this House introduces a legal age cap for presidential and parliamentary, blah, 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 blah. And the majority is speaking for this motion, yet they came to this House, cannot explain cap, did not bring any age limit that we should be considering. I am just thinking.
The motion is now adopted. We have the special guest in our midst. So a bit of a miscommunication. So the earlier 2 minutes are overruled and should be removed out of the records. Honorable members, let us now properly, my deputies, the way you are outstanding, you want to put me to order, please resume your seat. Very good. So, we want to properly conclude the motion. Minority Leader, thank you for your submission. I will now proceed to put the question on the motion that this Honorable House introduces a legal age cap for presidential and parliamentary candidates in Ghana. All in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. Not in favor of this motion, say nay. Nay. Honorable members, I appear to not have a distinction on the loudest votes. I will therefore put the question again. And the question is that this House adopt the motion to the introduction of a legal age cap for presidential and parliamentary candidates elections in Ghana. All in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. Not in favor of this motion, say nay. Honorable members, I think the ayes have it. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is carried. Therefore, this Honorable House has adopted the motion that a legal age cap be introduced for presidential and parliamentary candidates elections in Ghana. I thank you.
Speaker, I thank you so much. I know you are always the good father that I know. I thank you so much. I think from now going forward, my colleagues from the other side will now appreciate the understanding that my side of the house for governance, at least you should give us the respect for that. Speaker, I thank you so much. Before I move the motion, I would also want to thank all youth MPs, and especially the first timers. I want to welcome them so much. This is an organization that is giving opportunity for the youth to express themselves and also learn from the same learned colleagues. On that note, Speaker, I so move that this House stand adjourned till the second sitting. I so move. Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker and the House, it's unfortunate that after the question is put and the decision is made, I am so much put in a bad position to comment any further. But we have various steps to follow as far as our standing orders are concerned. And I promise you, Mr. Speaker, you will get the substantive motion. But without further ado, I second the motion for adjournment. I thank you.
Giving an opportunity to this House to sit and showcase its hidden skills. The youths are more. If you give us more opportunity, you see drama. For today, we have been pulled down in order to not enjoy the program before the main program starts. On occasion, you will see the real drama from the youth parliamentarians. Thank you very much. And to our global president, say a big thank you to you.